Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. All right. So, as usual, I'm just popping on a little early so I can kind of tweak some camera settings real fast. Let's see. Actually, the color looks pretty accurate right now, so I might play with it later. We'll see. All right. So who is in here already? Um, Stephanie, but she won't be able to make comments. Well, hi Stephanie. Thanks for popping in. Wickabella, Melissa, Evelyn, Beth, Daniela, Melinda, Ashley, Deb. If I repeat anything, sorry. Renee. D. Let's see. Melissa C. Did I say hi to you? If not, you get it twice. Let's see. Oh, Queen of Flannel Colors and Joyce and Emma and Lisa. Hi, guys. And hi to all that are popping in. It's so hard to read it. Hi, Ellen and Nicole. And let's see. Is that Loster Than Life? I'm so bad at names. Oh my gosh, so bad. Make sure my color settings and all that were pretty good. I need to fix my camera though because it's crooked. So don't fall. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Hi, Emily and Frederica. Oh, let's see. Peter says Black Friday sales are on for Faber-Castell. Oh, that's good to know. So the Albrecht Durers you can get cheaper right now. Yeah, they're gonna have a lot of sales on a lot of items for Black Friday, but yep, I do have everything linked in the description below. They are affiliate links, but they do help my channel. So if you decide to buy anything, just, support a gal. All right, so today we are doing the lovely page here from Autumn Scenes. It's Teresa Goodridge. Oh, hi, Erica. And let's see, Diana and Terilyn and Brooke, a bunch of you are popping in. So, sorry if I missed anyone. I'll zoom in here in just a second. So a little bit about why we are doing this. Oh, it's PJB, also known as Pam, and Louise, hi, and Michelle. So yeah, the reason I'm doing this page, you might have noticed in the thumbnail, it said chicken challenge. So what happened is I wasn't able to pick a page, or I was kind of like struggling to pick a page. And so I was on Amazon Tammy's live stream, and she was like, okay, you need to find a page with a chicken and color it, and that is your challenge. So I thought it was just too funny. So I did find some chickens on this page, and there's some little chickens back here too. Oh, those might be birds, but whatever. I got my chickens for my chicken challenge, but it was just like so random that she picked chickens. So I was like, okay, I have to do this now. Oh, I need to get my palette out real quick. Ooh, that was loud. Just in case I want to mix some colors. Let's see. Who did I miss? There's a whole bunch that popped in, but hi, if I forgot to say hi, it's not on purpose. It's just things are moving. All right. So, yeah, we are going to I put up a poll on my channel. It was between the Faber-Castell Albrecht Durers, Derwent Watercolor, the Museum Aquarelles, and then also it was something else. Oh, Arteza. And the Albrecht Durer won by like a long shot. I mean, there was over 200 votes, and this was like at 40%. So we will be using the Albrecht Durers. I need to find a place to put this where I can still see it. Ooh. All right. So yeah, we're gonna do the Albrecht Dürers in here and have some fun. Now, next weekend, I actually have a video popping up on Saturday. So if you can't afford the 120, I did a video. Again, next weekend it'll pop up, and it is going to show you how you could just get the 12 count set of these and use them just fine. I show you how to mix them and stuff. So if you're on a budget, you can get away with 12 pencils. You don't need this whole ridiculous 120. I just have full set syndrome. So it happens. Oh, hi, Angie. Welcome. But yeah, supposedly these are on sale right now. So definitely go take a look. And we'll definitely go from there. Yes, I do have the Lyra watercolor pencils now, so I'm gonna swatch those. I'll show you my new babies that I just got. Ugh. So I just got these ones here, and I'm gonna swatch them on camera. Not today, but I did buy the Creme de la Creme Museum Aquarelles. So I'm very excited to try these. They are not cheap, so oh my gosh. But I will be swatching these on camera very soon and playing around with those. But today we are going to stick to what we know. I'm out of focus. It looks focused on my end. Is it out of focus for anyone else? Just curious. I am going to zoom in right now, though, so hang on to that thought. But let me know if the focus is out for anyone else. Because on my end, it, oops, looks fine, but never know. I'm going to move my camera over a bit, though. Ugh. All right. Come on. There we go. Oh, I hate it when it's backwards on there. Yeah, I'm not seeing it out of focus on my end. So it might be your connection, Renee, because even on my screen it looks focused. Yeah, it might be your connection. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna use Albrecht Durer. I'm gonna play with my Pentel water brushes. I really dig these ones. I did see someone ask if Ryan is streaming today. He's supposed to be streaming later after me. So as far as I know, I didn't get a chance to chat with him yesterday, but he'll pop in here soon, I'm sure. But let's get coloring. So let's see. What do I want to start with first? I start at the top and work my way down, I think. Yeah. Don't mind me. I'm going to change my move my camera up. So close your eyes if you get dizzy. Ugh. It got a little it got wonky and like moved somehow. I think I bumped it with a vacuum. My stand. Oh, there we go. So much better. Now it's not like hanging off the desk. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'll start with the sky and work my way down. And then I do have my heat tool, so we're not waiting and watching paint dry, literally. If I miss a question, just put it in caps. My mods can either answer for me if they know, or they'll just spam me until I respond. So let's see. Hi, Rebecca. I want a like nice pretty blue. Let's go with, I did not pre-pick my colors. Didn't have time. It's been one of those weeks. And by that, I mean, I was just literally like laying around doing nothing. So you get to watch me pick colors. I'm gonna want my blue. Let's see how these work together. Yeah, it should be 3 p.m. Eastern tonight, as far as I know. Last I talked to him. Okay, so for this guy to start, and I like to use that loosely because I may add more, I'm going to use number 110 and 145, also known as halo blue and light halo blue. So I'm going to start with the just regular good old-fashioned halo blue. Kind of get up in here. Now, if you're not familiar with Albrecht Durer, they are very awesome. They like just melt away when the water hits them. Oh, they're so lovely. They're like, oh, and the pigment is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But they are one of my faves. I'm not gonna lie. Hi, Sonia. Oh yeah, if you guys could use the affiliate links, that'd be groovy. It helps support the channel, but no biggie, no biggie. I'm just putting this in here. But yeah, these are heavily pigmented. The harder you press, the more you're gonna get. Compared to like say Arteza Expert, where I often have to do multiple coats, I don't have to with these unless I want to. Ooh, got a side cramp, drink too much water. And I am just using the paper in the book. I did not scan it because I had a request to do these just straight up in the book so you guys could see how the paper handles it. So that's what we're doing today. Oh, hi, Shadow. So yeah, now I'm going to the light halo blue, but this is just the book's paper. Now, in her latest book, what is it, Autumn Charm? Don't use that paper. It's not going to dissolve. It's not going to be pretty. But this is her book from last year, and it works just fine on here. No worries, Pam. Oh, and I see Brooke isn't feeling well. I'm sorry. I hope you feel better. It'll be easier for me to catch up on chat when I'm like drying things, but because I get so focused trying to lay this down. Yeah, so cheap watercolor pencils, they just don't react the same. I used to be like, oh, budget, whatever. And then I bought these. And I remember the first time I used these, I was just like, oh my gosh. I think if you watch my swatching video of these, the whole time I'm just like, oh my gosh, these are a miracle. So yeah, they're really nice. And they match up with the polychromos. So you can use polychromos for shading. All right, let me get my brush. Ooh, I may have to, we'll see how much water that gives me. Don't want it super wet, but I tend to use a little bit more water with my watercolor pencils than I would like, say, ink tints, because I like that muted look, but to each their own. I don't oversaturate it though, because I am using the paper in this book, and even with my heat tool, that's it's not going to save a lot of buckling. And I do have a ton of clips right now holding this paper as tight as possible. So we'll see. I do love how quickly you can get things done with watercolor pencils. This is a really awkward angle. And I do like to use the little circular motions just to get it to dissolve. But as you can see, the Albrecht Durers dissolve really, really well. They just melt away. And I can't really look at the screen right now because I'm trying to dissolve these evenly so I don't get any lines, but I'll look in a second. Okay. think that's not too bad. Let me dry it though. So I'm not using watercolor paper. I've had some requests from people asking if I would use the actual paper in the book. So this is the paper in her book. It takes water really well as long as you don't oversaturate it, and it helps if you use a heat tool. So I just use the Ranger Heat It tool, and it works pretty well. But yeah, I mean, one thing though is if you have these little metal clips and you're using that Ranger heat tool, just keep in mind they get really hot. So like don't accidentally put your hand on it. Done it and it's not pleasant. All right, so see how they just dissolved nice and pretty and gave us like a little nice little color. I'll leave those off to the side for now. Now my clouds, I want to do some nice cool grays. Where's my grays? Ugh. Yeah, I've burned myself a few times on the metal clips. Not gonna lie. I didn't tape it down just because of how awkward it would have been, so I just clipped it. All right, let's get some cool grays for our clouds. I think that'll look the best. So, cold gray 3. Okay, so I'm going to use for the clouds cold gray number 3. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to drag it. So I'm going to put it pretty heavy in some areas and then drag it along. I'm going to need my smaller brush so I don't accidentally go out of the lines, because that is what I do. I mean, I've used watercolor pencils on all types. I've used them on mixed media, cold press watercolor paper. If you really want to put it on a watercolor paper, I really love arches, but that's such a ouchie to do. Okay, activate this. Coral for clouds up by the sun. I want it to be kind of dark and dreary because that's just my mood right now with the weather we've had. So I'm going for a dreary look. The sun is just barely peeking out, but I am going to have the sun do a little glow. Yeah. Oh, cord in the way. Yes, the side does matter. So if you have a textured or smooth side, you're going to get a different result with your watercolors, just FYI. Okay. I want a really pretty yellow and orange. Let's do, ooh, I like the dark cadmium. If you're going to use multiple medias, use either a hot press paper or mixed media paper. But if you're just straight going watercolor, then I would use a nice cold press personally. But you got to remember, it's all preference. Dark cadmium, and then I think I want light cadmium. Okay. All right, so for my little sun here, I'm going to use dark cadmium yellow and light cadmium. Oh, Fabriano. Speaking of that, ooh. Yeah, if you guys are looking for a really good watercolor sketch pad, I have this. It came in an art subscription box, believe it or not, but This is Fabriano's, what size is this? 7 by 10. It's 140, 300 GSM, but this is like magical, awesome paper. I love, love this sketchbook. So if you're looking for a really killer watercolor sketchbook, I highly recommend this one. Yeah, I love it. Love it. Okay, so now I'm going to do some dark cadmium yellow on our little sun here. I can hear Scout howling, but I put my daughter in charge of that, so hopefully she hears her. And then I'm going to take my light cadmium yellow towards the top here. Then I'm going to put a little bit on. Ugh, these clips are in the way. Put some here to add. Now the reason I'm not going to take the pencil on top of this blue and I'm going to gently add the yellow after is because I don't want to make another color. All right, so let's activate these. You always go light to dark. Stipple it wherever you want. I'm just going to mix this one. Okay, now I'm just taking some light cadmium yellow that I activated on my palette. Got to be really careful so you don't get green. I'm already getting a little bit of green. Yep, I can hear my dog howling. All right. Yeah, you got to play with watercolors and just don't even care about it. If it's messy, whatever, own it. Messy can be good. Okay. Not sure how I do the mountains yet. So I might come back to those because I kind of want to do greens and yellows. Maybe some yellows back there because I mean we're getting hay and stuff. But I can definitely get in some browns up here. In that little barn. All right, let's see. Where's my browns? I like the burnt sienna. It's a very pretty color. Okay, burnt sienna. Oh, and burnt ochre. That'll be a good one. Okay. So yeah, I'm just going to do a combo of burnt sienna and burnt ochre, and I'm going to leave the burnt ochre out because I'm actually going to be, yes, I'll color the chickens, don't worry. They will get colored today. I'm going to leave burnt ochre out because I'll be using that in the hay as well. So it'll kind of help bring the colors about. But I'm taking my burnt sienna. Just kind of wiggling this wherever I feel like putting it. Can't tell. I think that's a branch to that tree. Yes, a chicken or the chickens will be colored. Don't worry. Don't you worry. I will make sure the little chickens are colored. Okay. Looks like these are kind of like bare branches, but I think I'm going to go in with like, after I do the grass behind them and add some fall leaves. I don't want just bare, dead looking trees. Yes, you can use these as a base layer and then put the pencils on top. It does save you a lot of time. It's kind of like doing marker bases, you know. Now I'm using my burnt ochre, right? I had to double check that. Yeah, these look kind of bare, so I'm just gonna add leaves after. Get some fall leaves in there. Sometimes though, I like to just color a page with all watercolor pencils because it's just so relaxing and easy, no stress. You can still shade with them and they look pretty. Oops, dropping things. Okay. Just get those in there. I don't know if you guys can hear Scout throwing a tantrum on the deck or not. I don't know how much this camera picks up. She doesn't stop. I'll have to text my daughter and be like, hello, dog. Just activate those. I'm using my really small brush because I can't stand the lines. Oh, look at it. Already went out. Debbie wants to know if these are my favorite watercolor pencils. Right now, yes, but I did buy the Museum Aquarelles. Wow, that's hard to say for some reason. So that could change after I play with those. But yeah, right now, Albrecht Durers are my favorite. I love how they pair with the polychromos. I really love the color selection. I love how they, just blend together so well. So yeah, I would definitely have to say they are a fave. Let's do our barn while I think about my backscape. Let's see. I'm gonna do a red barn. It'd be super traditional, but it just seems so fun. Okay, so I want my dark red, deep red. Oh, thank you, Angie. And a teensy bit. Let's try light cadmium red. Maybe, if I can find it. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I'm gonna play around with some reds and do a super traditional like red barn. So I'm gonna do some dark red real quick. A little darker up here. It's interesting, it's like a double roof. One thing I like about the pencils is you can get into all these little nooks and crannies, but then it's nice because you can also mix them on a palette if you want. Just fun. Okay. I think I want these doors. And that's going to be a tiny little space to fit in. Let's see. Emily says she's used the 144 Kohinoor. And you like them so far? Yeah, I still need to buy those. I have a request to review them. I'm waiting for a sale or something because that's a big set. They're not cheap. Maybe they'll be part of like a Black Friday, Cyber Monday thing. Okay, now I'm gonna grab my deep red. I'm gonna put these just in the slots here and then let the water do the work. Okay, I think we'll do some deep red on here. Just get that in there. I like to drag my color just to create some extra highlights. And let's grab our dark red again. Disney. See, I didn't even think of that. Hi, Thomas. I just wanted to do a red barn. I don't know why. Let's see, window, inside a barn. Okay. I do kind of want to shadow with the dark red under here. Now these clips really get in your way. Maybe I should have taped it, but I just didn't feel like dealing with that. I'm still using the dark red. Kind of shadow under the windows. Okay. Oh, no worries, Joanna. Hope you feel better. Let's see. Okay, now I'm using my deep red. Just kind of layer that in. Now these layer really nicely, but you just have to remember to always, when you're activating them, you still need to go light to dark so you don't muddle them all up. Okay. All right. Okay, and then lastly, I'm just going to add a little bit of the light cadmium, just in a few spots. You can add it into down here a little. I definitely want to add it into the rooftop. Okay. Okay, and water brush time. All these tiny, tiny details. And you always want to make sure you wipe off your brush if you're swapping colors. Or if you get too much color and you're trying to drag it out to create an effect. Okay, where's that other one? Pull those down. Oh, thank you. Going traditional. Red barn. I don't know why, but when I think of barns, I always just picture a red barn. Is that just because like every movie has a red barn? All our neighbors are building barns and none of them are red, so maybe that style is out. In fact, they're all like white and black. It's kind of interesting. I don't know if I'd want a white barn though. It's gonna get like so dirty. Okay. Oh, thanks, Peter. It's very kind of you. So right here where I'm bringing these colors together, I don't have a ton of water on my brush. I'm kind of like just damp so that I can leave the highlight, but also get that orangey color from the light cadmium through. If I add too much water, it's going to definitely blend out. Oh my goodness, Scout is still howling even though she's been let in. Dog is never happy. Okay. Yep, too much water. Gonna have to do a little touch up to that one because I got too much water there. Okay. Can you guys hear the howling? Yeah, just let her in. Let her in. Thank you. All right. Let me dry that and then I might add some extra. Yeah, she was outside well, first she was howling on the deck and then she was howling outside my door to come in. Scout, come. Come. Come in. Does she not want in now? Well, then just close the door, I guess. Give her a bone. Scout. She's like my channel mascot now. Okay, I'm gonna add just a little bit of color. So I'm taking my deep red, it's like the middle color we used. Just getting it into some of these areas where I feel they're a little too blah. Oh yeah, we opened the door for her and she's like, yeah, I don't want to know. It's she's like a toddler, only furry. Furry toddler. Very dramatic. She kept wanting outside last night, so I let her out, and then she kept wanting to come back in. Right now I'm using my light cadmium red. And finally I had enough of it. I was like, fine, you're just sitting on the deck. And then she started howling for like a half hour straight. I'm like, oh my gosh, my neighbors probably hate me. And she clearly hasn't learned her lesson. See, I'm just adding color where I feel it's a little too muted, just pulling it right off the tip. If you don't want to do that method, you can also put it on your little Caran d'Ache palette. I just want to add in some color where I kind of feel it washed out too much. I'm going to take a little more of this red here. All right, let me just dry that real quick. Yes, check out Ryan's channel, but just so you guys know, he is doing more right now on his whatchamacallit, Glitter Grunge Greetings channel. So you're gonna catch him a lot more on that one right now. Okay, so I'm gonna grab some hay colors. So I want burnt ochre, light yellow ochre. Oh, that's not it. Light yellow ochre. Then I want, ooh, that dark chrome might look really good. Do I already have that one out? Dark cadmium. Might be able to make that one work, actually. That's light yellow ochre. And let's see how those work. So weird how, there we go. Okay. I think, well, the dark cadmium. Let's try these two first, and then I can add that in later, maybe. All right, I want to tackle some of these hay barrels. So I'm using burnt ochre. Oh, no worries, Wickabella. Anyone lurking, lurk away. I lurk on live streams all the time because I'm usually like coloring or working on a project. It's nice to have them on in the background, so I totally get it. Probably gonna have to go back in and darken this one up. So let's try these two first. All right, now I'm on light yellow ochre. We'll see. I'll leave some white space to drag it in and create its own little highlight. Nice thing is you don't really have to sharpen these unless you're getting into a really tiny, area. And then these last forever. I mean, it doesn't take a ton to get what you want. Okay, let's see how I think of this one. Perfect. I don't have the Magnus watercolor pencils. I've never tried them either. Oh, I'm sounding better, Debbie. Hang on, I need to take a drink of water. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, because it's just a teensy flatter than I want, I'm just going to take my burnt ochre and just add a little bit more of that color where I want it to be a little richer. And just stipple it in so you don't create any crazy lines. Yeah, I've never tried the Magnus, so I couldn't tell you. I like these ones, but maybe someone in the chat has used the Magnus. And if you're worried, because when you pull off the tip, off the tip of the pencil like this, it is going to be a lot more concentrated. So if you're worried about that, then just wait until it's dry and just go back in with a second layer, putting your pencil right back on the paper. I just do it this way because it's faster for me, but I know some people don't like because it is a lot more concentrated. So do what works for you. Just wanted to make a little bit more brown in there, and then I'm even going to grab a little bit of what color is this again? Light yellow ochre. Just to add it in. There we go. Hi, Jen. Whew. This heated tool makes it warm in here. So breaking a sweat doing watercolor pencils. That's a new one. All right, I need one more brown as I tackle down here. So I've got my, what do I got? Burnt ochre. Burnt sienna's too dark. I wonder if I water down my burnt sienna because I like the brown it's bringing. Actually, no, I can bring in my dark chrome. That should work. Perfect. Emma, I saw your post earlier about losing viewers due to comments being deleted. Yeah, I've been getting some messages from people saying that they're unsubscribing from me because I'm deleting their comments. And I was like, wait, I'm not deleting your comments. This is a YouTube thing. Like, it's not me. But there's not much I can do. So, oh well. But yeah, I've been getting a lot of comments about it. But yeah, if you guys ever leave a comment on my channel and it disappears, this is a bug that I think, gosh, it's been around for what, a year now? I don't know. It's ridiculous. But it's not me. You can, try and comment again. I mean, even my comments on other YouTubers' channels get deleted. But my biggest advice is reach out to the content creator before you assume they're deleting it and, say something, because that's the worst when you get messages like that, because you're like, but I didn't do it. And it's not me. It's kind of bumming because you're like, oh. All right, now I'm using my light yellow ochre. Just kind of mixing that in. I'm really not putting a lot of thought into this. I'm just making a bunch of dry fields here, so it's gonna be what it's gonna be. See, and I'm not going to turn off comments because I still get comments. It's just some get deleted. Like I just suggest reposting. I've noticed if I leave a comment from my phone, it doesn't get deleted. But if I leave it on my PC, it gets deleted. Okay, now I'm adding some dark cadmium yellow. So I don't know if there's a tie into that. I don't know. I'm leaving some white space as well because I want to drag some colors and just kind of create some contrast. My goodness gracious, that dog is throwing a fit still. All right, and then I'm going back to my burnt ochre. Yeah, the only comments I ever delete are the trolls, the very inappropriate adult channel content ones that, hey, never get removed. I have to remove them. But I do delete trolls or very rude comments because I have a lot of viewers who have anxiety and mental health conditions that they don't need to see that stuff. And it's inappropriate. And so I do remove those, but I'm very open about what I remove. But if someone's like disagreeing with me on my channel, I don't remove that. Light yellow ochre. I just remove the unnecessarily nasty ones that are going to trigger things for my viewers. But I definitely don't delete comments just on the fly. It's actually really annoying that I have to delete the adult content ones, yet like my subscribers who just say, "Oh, nice video," get deleted. So, this algorithm makes a lot of sense. All right, and then dark cadmium yellow. These three here, I'm pretty sure are birds and not chickens. But I'm going to color them like chickens anyway. I have chickens down below here, though. Don't worry. Yeah, the second I post a new video, I get an adult channel comment. It's like instant. I'm like, yep, working as intended. Okay, I use my bigger brush for that and see how I like it. Yeah, I do wonder if the word adult coloring brings those up. I don't know, though. Okay, so again, you always want to start with your lighter colors, wiggle them into the darker ones. Now in this case, I'm not going to make mud with these colors, so it's okay if they mingle. I'm not going to wipe off my brush as much. But like if I feel I'm picking up too much of a darker color, or it's getting too concentrated in that area, then I'll wipe it off. But for the most part, since these are not going to muddy up, I'm not going to sit there and wipe my brush every 5 seconds. So this paper does take water well in this respect because I'm not using a ton, but I still recommend pinning it down really tightly like I have. I've got all my corners. And then I also recommend using a heat tool of some sort, whether it's an embossing tool. You could technically use a hairdryer for this because you're not moving around liquid watercolors, but yeah, you definitely want to dry it just to prevent too much buckling. But it is not watercolor paper, so the colors are never going to look quite as vibrant. Wait, what's where they hide, Emma? I missed that part. Oh, hide in adult coloring, yeah. So it's not buckling because I've got it pinned all around here, and then I'm using the heat tool that keeps it from buckling. If you don't do that, say you were just coloring this straight with no heat tool and not pinning it down, you're going to get a lot more buckling. And it'll still have a little bit of buckling on this one, but not as bad because I'm basically drying up the water as quick as possible. Let's see. How much water am I using? Not a lot at all because the Albrecht Durer dissolve really easily. So you don't need a ton of water. You just want your brush For like this big area, I'm using just a little bit more than damp. But like for smaller areas, I just stick to damp. So like you can rub it on your hand and you want to feel like for like the barn, for example, it should be almost damp. But for this bigger area, I want it a little bit wetter because I just want to get it done. It's kind of hard to say if that helps. Oh, welcome, Peter. Okay, so I'm going back to my burnt ochre because we're going to get this side now. Catherine. Yes, those are the type of comments you'll see. It's like, what? Okay. Okay. Sometimes I see comments and I'm like, all right. Light yellow ochre. Just again, like the other side, just kind of working it in there. And I'm not using a lot of heavy like pressure at all. I'm actually holding it back pretty far. So now these are really pigmented. So if you want it to be extra concentrated, you could push a little harder. But I just want a nice light yellow area. You know, they're making hay bales, so obviously this isn't green anymore. Ooh, I'll make a green tractor. It'll be a John Deere. I live in the country now. I know these things. All right, dark cadmium yellow. Mix that in there. I am leaving white space again, just because it adds some nice little highlights, all natural. I want it a little darker under the hay barrels though. And then I'll probably go back and then just, again, pull it off the tip where I want a little bit more color. Yes, I did see that he was a member. I said, welcome. It might not have gotten heard, but I said it. I said, welcome. Welcome, Peter. Isn't any comment good or bad? Yes, I mean, but when there's people just purposely leaving really bad ones or ones that'll trigger, you know, my subs and or just or unnecessarily nasty, I remove those. But like I said, if someone's disagreeing with me or sharing an opinion on how they prefer to do something, I would never remove that. It's just the very nasty troll comments. We've all seen those. I do remove those because I do have a lot of subscribers who don't need to see that stuff, don't need to see the ugly side. But yeah, I mean, if anyone's like, "Oh, I disagree with your method, you should do this," I leave those. Everyone has an opinion. Your mod squad job. Yes, hi, Catherine. Okay. So you can see kind of like the little areas, you know, where I've added. I'm probably going to go back in with some brown, but I want to finish this whole field first. I mean, look at, we've got a lot to do. So, but I mean, we are making really good headway. Watercolor pencils are just killer for this kind of stuff. So I'm back with my burnt ochre. Just getting that in there. And then I do want to go back in and add some burnt ochre throughout and kind of darken things up, but we'll do that after. I do need, is it Wiccabella's birthday right now? Or when's her birthday? Yes, did you get Wiccabella, if you guys didn't know, is the winner of my 5K giveaway. So she got the 72 Derwent Light Fast pencils. And I think they did arrive, right, Wickabella? Please tell me they did, because those are not. I'm gonna have to get a hold of Amazon and be like, hey. I didn't know it was your birthday though. That's a cool birthday gift then, or winning. All right, now we are on to our light yellow ochre. Oh, and I do have a couple announcements that I will talk about while I'm sitting here mindlessly coloring a field of hay. So next weekend's live stream is going to be a live buddy color with myself and Emily from Emily Illustrator. So we are going to do a live buddy color, and I think we have decided to do that steampunk girl from Christine Caron, since we both bought it during her sale. I was like, what'd you buy? What'd you buy? So we just went off of that. But that will be next weekend's live stream. So it'll be a buddy color. And then I have a little giveaway that I will be doing on my Facebook group and my Discord group. So if you're not a member of those, go join, because there will be a giveaway on those. I'm hoping to get it set up next week. So I'll be giving away some pencils on those too, just to thank those who have been on there following me and hanging out. So just a few things to keep in mind. Oh, she posted a picture in the Facebook group. Oh, this week, guys, I was so lazy on Facebook and Discord. It's just been like with the kids all having a sport like every flippin' day of the week. I was like, what day is it? I felt like I was a zombie. Yes, it'll be next Sunday. I always stream, by the way, guys, at the same time every weekend. So it's always noon EST, which is 10 a.m. for me, Mountain Standard Time. But I'm always streaming same time every weekend. The only time it'll ever be different is if like there's a colorathon or something going on. But I keep it consistent for you guys and for me, because otherwise that's just too much to track. So just get this one activated. Coloring landscapes is so easy when it's just all hay, right? Add some yellow, add a little ochre colors, and you're done. I need to get behind that hay barrel though. Oh, hello, viewers of you. I'm probably going to have to add more water to this brush, but I'm not going to use this one too often, so I don't want to. All right. Yes, I think it will be fun. I think she's going to do hers with a marker base, and I don't know what I'm coloring mine with. All right, I'm going to go in and color these little hay barrels, and then we're going to darken some things up, but I first want to get the hay barrels out of the way. So, and I got to get the ones on the truck here. So burnt ochre. And inside this barn, it looks like they've got something. So I'm just going to add some burnt ochre in there too. Just going to make it, yeah, whatever I want it to be today. My Daniel Smith paints. I'm thinking, I don't know. I might use my Derwent Light Fast. I haven't really used those this month much. They need some love. But I don't know. Maybe some Prismas, because I miss my Prismas. It's a really cute picture, that steampunk girl one. Love it. Get these colored. Colorful Diary, hello. Do I have a Discord, Joanna? Yes, I think. Sometimes Nightbot links it on occasion. But if not, one of the mods can. Unless you were asking someone else if they had a Discord. I miss a lot of chat. My head's down here. I need to get like a screen that's just like right here so I can read it all. But yes, do join either my Facebook group or my Discord because there will be a giveaway on both. Just one prize per on those ones. I'm going to try and get it set up this week. Like I said, it's been a little crazy. Okay, light yellow ochre. But there will be a giveaway on there. It's fun. The Discord is more for if you like to do a lot of chatting. You know, we chat back and forth. You can still share, you know, your images. If you have your own channel, you're more than welcome to always self-promote. I don't delete that because I don't understand why people don't want to help promote. So you're always allowed to promote on mine. And then my Facebook group is the same thing. You can promote your channel on there, share your artwork. And then when I do my channel buddy colors, they're on both as well as Instagram. It's just Instagram, you can't really do like a group, you know, hangout as well. So, all right. I had to make a maple pecan protein shake. Well, I bet you that would taste good if I could taste it. So, I'm a little salty about that. Actually, you know what? I'm salty about the word salt because I can't even taste that. So you know what? Thanksgiving is next week. We'll see. By the way, this is back to burnt ochre. Am I excited about Thursday? You mean like how Thanksgiving? Well, I'm cooking Thanksgiving meal, but whether or not I'm gonna actually be able to taste it is a whole other story. So it's always a bummer. I love Thanksgiving. Just live for the food. Just adding these kind of in where it's obviously a roll because that's where it's going to be a little darker, but I'll probably have to go back in with a heavier shade in a minute. Anyone looking for some good Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals this year? I mean, is it just me or are the deals just getting crappier and crappier? I haven't been very impressed with the deals like the last couple years. I'm like, eh. I mean, I snag a few good things, but it's like I used to get up really early on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Like I would seriously wake up at like 3 a.m. on Cyber Monday and start shopping. But last couple of years, I'm like, all right. They're just kind of meh. But I am like I don't do any of my Christmas shopping until after, just in case I do get a deal on something. And I may or may not be also like looking for deals on stuff for myself. Hi, Carol. All right, I'm taking my light yellow ochre. Yeah, I don't know what it is. The Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals have just kind of gone downhill. And then I hate when they like have the early sales because then you get roped in, but then like you'll go on Cyber Monday and find a way better deal and you're like, ah. So I'm resisting all these early sales, but watch, this will be the year that they're like actually stellar. Like, dang it. Just getting that in there. Not really trying to be neat about it because that's kind of the beauty of watercolor pencils. You don't have to be neat. That's watercolor in general, actually. You don't have to be all pretty with it. Oh, is Peter leaving? Bye, Peter. Thanks for coming. Okay. Definitely have to use a different set of yellows for my chickens because I don't want them to blend in with the hay. And I don't know how much recording I'm going to get done next week because they're starting back up on our basement since we passed inspection, so it's going to be loud again. All right. Yes, there's a chicken challenge. Tammy challenged me to find a page with a chicken in it. And I did. There's chickens. The chicken challenge. I'm just going to activate these. And I'm trying not to wiggle back and forth because I want to preserve these little lines I made with the whatever brown color that is. I can never remember what color I'm using. This is why I need to get my cards prepped before I stream. Then I always forget. I'm gonna try that one because it's pretty wet. So Black Friday, I don't go in person. I do the Black Friday online. A lot more stores are offering really good deals online because they too don't want the crowds, and especially now with the whole COVID thing, a lot of their Black Friday deals have moved online. I was never one to enjoy getting in like big old lines that start forming on Thanksgiving night. Just to save like maybe $100 on a TV. I was like, I'm good. I'm good. But when I was younger, I did do that. Back when sleep didn't matter. Okay, now I gotta activate these ones up here, but I'm gonna use my smaller brush. Black Friday sales for the grocery store. See, I would be down for those. Groceries for my house of 5 are just awful. Every time I get groceries, I'm like, oh my gosh. I always look at my kids. I'm like, do you really have to eat? Like, is food really necessary? know about you guys, but I get really cranky when I'll like just grocery shop and all the food is like gone that same day. It's like, ugh. Or at least, I'm sorry, the good food. Okay. Oh, I don't put away groceries. That's what's my kids are for. Come on now. All right. I guess I'll keep going down here and finish this real quick. 20% off Oreos. Ooh, I'm there. Sign me up for that. All right, and then back to our light yellow ochre. I've only been using these colors for a half hour and still can't remember what they are. Yes, Emma, what did I miss? I saw my names in caps. That means I missed something. I'm in trouble. Oh, dear God. Ah. Emma, don't make me throw up on a live stream. That was wrong. That was so evil. Look at Deb. Are you feeling okay, Emma? So Emma has started sending me sweet messages in the morning. All right, now we're on to cadmium dark yellow or dark cadmium yellow. You know what I meant. Uh, it's just becoming hilarious. No, hugs aren't evil. They're just Emma and I, if you haven't watched long enough, you guys know how Emma and I talk to one another. So, yeah, we started this thing of sending sweet messages to one another, but they're not really sweet. It's meant to tick the other person off, make them nauseous. What? Yeah, go get a snack. So, yeah, it's just become a little joke we've got going on. Oh, stop it, Emma. Otherwise, I'm going to start calling you Peanut. She's playing the victim card, but she knows what she's doing. I think I got called a snuggle bunny yesterday. I don't know. It's all ridiculous. Make your dad. Uh, Emma and I have a special relationship. Blink twice. All right, get this little area done. Emma's not held hostage. I mean, she openly admits that her mods are stuck in a box and get shocked if we don't talk enough. So, we all know. Oh, that was hot. Yeah, we don't take ourselves seriously whatsoever here. If we did, someone would probably wonder if we were sick. Okay, I'm gonna get Down here, of course, not hitting the leaves. Oh yeah, we talked about a YouTube divorce, but then we would have to make like an awkward announcement video, and I mean, then we would have to like decide who picks what sides. I mean, it just gets too ugly. So she's stuck with me, as am I stuck with her. Don't forget that part. Try not to get these leaves because I want these leaves to be on their own little pretty colors. Maybe if I can get around this clip. Color grabbing gold digger. That's great. Yeah, I did tell her, I was like, community property, like we divorce everything we've acquired since this happened. And she's got some nice pencil sets she's acquired, and so have I. So, nope, stuck together. And we gotta stick together for Erica too. We can't traumatize her. All right, light yellow ochre. All sorted. She's mine. Stop it. Yeah, we're already fighting about who we're getting. And I'm just kind of adding this in wherever, just like I did above. And I think I'll make my chickens really bright yellow. Maybe add a little browns in there. And there's these pretty fall leaves down here. I definitely want to do with some pretty oranges and browns as well. Emma. You didn't sign up for this. All right. Oh, I need some over here. Balance. Color on the page. All over the page is rather important. Balance. If you use a color up here, you should use the color down here. That's right, Deb. Don't you forget that. Okay. Now I'm getting to my dark cadmium yellow, which I might have called chrome yellow earlier. So if I did, just disregard that statement. It happens. Color names are hard. Let's just be real. Okay. But as you can see, I'm not like really thinking about this. I'm just throwing the color down. Like watercolor pencils should be like the least stressful medium you break out. Just throw it on the paper and activate it with water. Call it a day. Okay. Pencil alimony. Is that even a thing? I guess it is now. We're making it a thing. Put that back there. I mean, I guess if we're splitting things, I can get, half of Emma's 500 book collection. She's got to be close to 600 now. Every month she's buying more books. Come on now. I am liking these Pentel water brushes. In fact, so far, they may be quite possibly my favorite. I'm liking them more than the Kuretake Zigs. I have a crayon dash set I'm still learning how to use. A few others as well, but I really like these Pentel ones. I like the water flow. Very nice. Very predictable. Like I know if I give it a squeeze, what's going to happen. Whereas others, you're just like, ah. No, I'm not looking at chat right now, so I have no idea what's going on. I'm trying to activate all these without leaving lines. I will check in a minute. I'm running low on water on this big one, but I have enough to get me through here. Okay. All right, let me dry that. No, you don't get the Copics. That's why we're not getting divorced. I'm not giving up those Copics. Well, we don't have to split the 500 brutes because we're both dorks and bought it. So there's nothing to split there. Okay. Let's see. Only the War of Roses. All right, I think I'm gonna color these fall leaves because this would just be really fun and pretty colors. So let's get, I am gonna use the palette for this though because I want to mix some colors. So I'm gonna get out olive green, yellowish, if I can find it. Okay. Permanent green olive. Be a nice one if I can find that one too. Okay, and then I want orange glaze. Let's see, orange glaze. Where are you? Oh, actually, the dark cadmium might be a little better. Yeah. And then I do want some of this light cadmium red that we've already been using. And then I'm also going to break out the dark cadmium yellow. So yeah, whole mixture. So I'm putting them on the palette because I have such a teeny tiny space that if I go mixing them in those areas, I'm going to create mud, and I don't want mud. So I'm putting them here on my palette instead. Okay, so I want to start with, let's get some of the darker colors going first. Okay, so I'm going to put some of the, I don't know what green this is. I think it's the dark olivey one. That olivey one. And I'm not really caring if I get a little bit on like the hay grass below. I don't care. In fact, I might even add some. Just kind of up in here. Just for some nice little contrast. That way no pencil goes to waste on my palette. Okay. I'm just gonna mix up this green. And get a little bit of that in there. I might even mix some in there too. Now, if you use this method, your paper won't buckle as much at all. So if you're really like working with a delicate paper, like say Amazon Create Space paper, it's better to stick it on a palette first. That stuff buckles like crazy. Let's see, Erica and Emmy are leaving for Emma. Ugh, traitors. Traitors. I feel betrayed. That's all I gotta say. At least I have Deb. Deb's reliable, unlike some people here. Oh, Erica's only leaving me for Emma for her country. I feel better. I feel better. All right, now let's get some of this orange. Melinda, these are the Pentel. I've got them linked in my description below. They're honestly becoming one of my favorites. They're very nice brushes. Oh, this little dryer. I have quite a few water brushes, but so far these ones have been my favorite. I like the brush tips on all of them. I really love the water control on these ones a lot. I have had 0 issues with water control, whereas others, like the Kuretake, I don't feel in control. The Zig ones, yeah, I really like these. I saw the question, Emma. You were too busy sulking, but I saw it. All right, now let's get on with our red. Well, it's not red, but it's like an orangey red. I haven't tried the Faber-Castell ones. They're on my list to try, though. I want to try the Derwent ones as well. I do have the Caran d'Ache ones, and I'm kind of on the fence about those. You know, I've never even tried the Artiso ones. So, there's so many out there. Like, I want to try the Tombow ones. I want to try the Stedler ones. So many things. Getting those. Yeah, I almost think, yeah, I like that. Okay. Let's mix up our yellow. I haven't tried the Jane Davenport one either. It's amazing how many are out there. But yeah, just keep in mind, if you're doing something like this with watercolor pencils and you're working in a tiny little space with this many colors, I highly suggest putting them on a palette and applying them with your brush, because if I were to go in and color these with my pencil, it's really easy to make mud with these colors. So it's just better to put them on a palette and then apply them manually. It really helps. And then you're in just a little bit more control. Do you have to? No, you could totally just put the pencil down and activate it, but just be really cautious. You're going to need to wipe off your brush a ton to avoid accidentally making a really muddled mess. I love this palette though. I just throw it in the dishwasher. It is dishwasher safe, by the way. There. Pretty leaves. In fact, while we're doing that, I'm going to add fall leaves to these trees. No, I can't because I gotta do the grass, but it's fine. We'll come back to them. All right. Let's work on some woodwork. Let's do that. I put my palette off to the side because I will need that. All right, so I'm going to pull out some browns we've already been using because it's good to get, like I have these same browns up on the tree, so I'm going to bring them down here. Oh, hi, Brenda Lou. And then I want one more dark brown just to finish it out. Let's see. I'm not starting Christmas coloring until after Thanksgiving. I got a rule. I think I'll do some walnut brown. Let me dry my leaves though. Okay. Get that on there. Gosh, every time my heater runs right now, they have the HVAC set up in the basement where they're, building. But every time the heater runs, you hear this loud bang because it's like releasing air because it's not capped off. Scares the crap out of me all night long. Like, will I ever get used to this noise? It won't be there once they cover everything up, but still. So if you hear a loud bang, that's just my ventilation system. Oh no, don't talk about food. No food talk. I saw food. I saw the word pie. Can't talk about food until I can taste again. New rule. If I must suffer, you must all suffer with me. Oh, by the way, this is walnut brown. Probably help if I mention that. Yes, Dee. The permit was approved and they inspected on Friday and they passed inspection. So my builder said they will be here Monday to get started on drywall. So we're just off to the next phase. But I have been told that drywall takes a long time to actually put up. So I'm not sure. And by that, I mean my husband has told me it takes this long, but I don't know. I'm hoping it'll actually be done before Christmas, but I may be, a little bit too optimistic on that. I don't know. Okay, now we're on to burnt sienna. You're gonna have to deal with it, Melissa. We suffer as a group. But yeah, so once they finish the basement, then I'll be able to start building my studio. My husband's gonna move into the office in the basement because he doesn't need the light. I need the light. So I will be taking his man cave that's upstairs, and it has a big, lovely window. So I'm very excited. Of course, I'm gonna have to shampoo the carpets because that man has not vacuumed since we bought this house in there. So I'm like, I'm gonna have to deep clean the room. Men. Hi, Katrina. Just doing a very loose wood grain. I might not even need the third color, actually. So when I do wood grain with watercolor, I draw in the lines and then I just use a damp brush to bring it all together so that I can preserve some of the lines. Oh, it's mudding the joints on the screw heads. Yeah, I've heard that it's quite a pain to do that in general. Like most companies don't, like builders don't even want to do it. Like, well. All right. Let's see if this is damp enough. We don't want it too wet. There we go. Just want it damp enough to activate the color. Drag it into the white space very gently, but nothing more. I haven't bought any Jade Summer on Lulu. I got their email though that they're on there now. Is that where their digital PDFs are too, or are their PDFs still on their site? I was kind of confused about that email. And then I saw that you have to pay shipping on Lulu. It's like $4.95, I think is what it was saying. I've never even heard of Lulu. Am I like out of the loop? Is this like a popular site or something? So yeah, see how I'm not like trying to wiggle it back and forth because I want to leave the lines of the wood grain. Just dissolve the color. So I'm using a pretty damp brush to do that. Yeah, I hadn't heard of Lulu either. Just didn't know. I was like, man, am I out of the loop? Is this like some site that's been around forever? And I am moving my brush with the wood grain in the direction that my pencils went as well to keep those lines that I made. Oh, you're not late. Never late. Okay. Oh, that's okay, Brooke. No, you shouldn't get yelled at for that. When Jade Summer first came out, I wasn't a big fan either. However, when they started doing their grayscale, that's what really drew me to them. I wasn't a fan of most of their other stuff until they started doing the grayscale. Um, and then they got better over the years. Some of their first stuff I wasn't into either, but it's okay to not like a brand of book. No one should yell at you for that. All right. There, see, so it kept the lines of my wood grain by doing that. I mean, my thing with Jade Summer is I didn't like the Amazon Create Space paper. So that was always like a big issue for me because I always had to scan them. Oh, thank you, Melinda. So yeah, I mean, but seriously, no one should ever be judged for their book preference or artist preference because we're all so different. All right, what should I color next? I really want to get those trees filled in, but let's start on the chickens. Let's get these chickies. So I need some bright yellows. I'm going to use my burnt sienna for some accents. Then I do already have dark cadmium yellow, and then I want my cadmium yellow. That might be all we need. The chickens are so tiny. Tiniest little chickens. But I definitely want to make sure I color those for the chicken challenge. Tammy said she was going to set her alarm. I was like, I felt so bad. I'm like, that's so early for you. So I hope she actually slept and doesn't wake up early. She can catch it on replay with being well rested. See, I'm just using a dark cadmium yellow. Want me some bright chickens. Finally, the chickens. I know this whole page gets colored, but really I only picked this page for the chicken challenge. All right, cadmium yellow. But I wanted to get one out of like a Teresa Goodridge autumn book. So that was like the biggest challenge because I could find them in all her country scene ones, but I was like, no, I need to find one in the autumn book. And so this was the one that had more than one chicken. There's another one that has a rooster, but it's like I gotta do a chicken. Yeah, hi future Tammy. What's funny is, so I believe there was a Julia Sperry thing, like a color-a-thon not too long ago, and Tammy picked my color palette at random, just pulling things off her desk, and she was like, this is your color palette for the color-a-thon. And it worked. But then it was kind of the same thing with this. You're gonna find a page with chickens. So this is now the second time I've been challenged. Look at those little cute yellow cluckers. 4:42. Yeah, she was gonna wake up at like my start time, and that was like 3 a.m. I was like, yeah, the color palette thing was scary. I was like, oh my gosh, pick colors I can match. The chickens are colored. All my neighbors have chickens, so I feel there's no need for me to buy a chicken at this point because I'm going to get free eggs. You know they're going to have surplus. All right, so I'm thinking the mountains will still stay green because even here in Utah, our mountains are green, but you know, and then as it comes down, I like want these fields yellow. So in fact, I'm going to take my light yellow ochre and burnt ochre and work on these fields and make them kind of yellow. But I want these to all be, maybe I'll add some greens and some oranges. So my thing with chickens is no one helps with the dog. And so the last thing I need is more things to take care of. Like I just, yeah. So I said no to the family when they asked for chickens because I was like, no, I'm the only one that takes care of the dog. I'm not dealing with a chicken coop. Okay, and we got a field over here that seems to back to kind of this area. Get that in there. Then it looks like That's part of the house, but back here we've got some field. Yeah, Scout's quiet. She was whining to come inside and then she didn't want to, so she probably went and laid with my daughter. They're buddies. She's probably hanging out in there because she realized, oh, she's streaming. She's not going to give me any attention. And we're back to light yellow ochre. These are the same colors we used on the hay, by the way. Because I definitely want to do, I'm going to take my brush and just create fall leaves up top. Oh, her GPS. Yeah, her GPS has been working great. But we installed chicken wire so she could quit digging holes, and that's been holding her in the backyard really well. So she actually hasn't been escaping too much, and the few times she did, found her on my GPS. But yep, I got doggy LoJack. Yeah, Scout's like, she's talking to herself. What's wrong with that woman? Did you ever wonder what your dogs think about you? The funniest is if I'm talking to someone, she gets very jealous and she'll start talking because she wants to be heard over whomever I'm talking to. So it's actually really funny. Just adding it really lightly under these trees here. Tammy! Oh, you missed it. I just colored the chickens. Good morning, Tammy. See, I should have waited for Tammy. I colored the chickens. Tammy, it's so early for you. Bye, Brooke. Thanks for coming. Yeah, I didn't know if you were actually going to wake up early, so I did the chickens, and then it's like your body heard me and woke up. No! See, Tammy, I've got some little chickies here. These are probably birds, but I've also made them little baby chicks, just roaming the fields. That's how we're going to play it. But I got some chickens. I did not make the clucking sound, though. I'm sorry. I'm no one wants to hear that. It might sound like something's dying. All right, I'm going to get these big old tractor tires colored in. Yes, I did show the chickens. The chickens! And we're going to call these baby chicks because they're now the same colors, the chicken mamas. So cute. The chickens. These big old tractor tires. I almost let my husband buy a tractor the other day because I saw our neighbor just like plow their field in like 2 seconds. I was like, oh, that's tempting. Okay. Hi, Alex. Make the sound. I mean, what? Let's see. Don't chickens just go buck, 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 buck? Yeah, we need a tractor, but we're building a basement and adding a concrete pad. It's like I gotta pick. I feel like chicken tonight. Well, isn't that like a shake and bake commercial? I can't remember now. Swear it is. Okay, so same thing with the palette because these trees and bushes up here, I am going to do in like fallish colors. So I don't want to use my pencils and create some nasty looking mud. So I am going to just put the palette back down and hopefully remember what colors I used. Probably just gonna stick with that green. And then this is the dark cadmium, which I know is right here. And then the light cadmium. And I think I used the yellow. Used my dark cadmium. And I might even mix a brown in there. So let me see. Probably this burnt sienna. Okay, so let's get the greens going first. And I kind of miss shake and bake. That stuff was fun. Shake, shake, shake. Like when I was a kid, that was like our job to come in and shake the bag. But we looked forward to it. So yeah, I'm just going to apply this with the brush so I can just put it wherever I want. And get the, yeah, this is the Caran d'Ache palette. You don't have to buy this palette. Like you could seriously go to the dollar store and get a cheap cutting board as long as it has a rough side. Because you need the rough side for the pencils. And then this one has a rough and a soft side. So like you can use the smooth side, but when it's putting down pencils like this, you want that rough texture so that you can get the pigment off the pencil. But like I know there's dollar store cutting boards that you can get. You know, you don't have to like go buy the Caran d'Ache one, which I think is like what, $12? Something ridiculous. Do I like the aquarelle better? So I haven't swatched them yet. I made my chart yesterday, and I'm gonna swatch them on camera because I've had a few requests. So I'll probably be swatching them tomorrow. It's killing me though. I've been so busy this week, I haven't even been able to swatch them. So I can't tell you yet if I like them better. I'm gonna bring these all the way down and just pretend there's a bunch of bushes down here. But yeah, I will let you guys know once I swatch them what I think. For that price, goodness, they better be magical pencils. That's all I gotta say. Melissa wants me to swatch them because she secretly wants me to hate them so that I give them to her. Because she doesn't think I would actually just, return them. Melissa's living in a fantasy land is what she's living in over there. Did they arrive on a unicorn? No. And they should have. At that price, Blick should have flown those in or at least dropped them with a stork. I mean, gosh, talk about presentation failure. Get some yellow. Yeah, they are pretty pricey, so I'm very curious to see what on earth they are like. I'm honestly expecting them to be better than Albrecht Durer for that price tag. But I don't know. I looked online and I've seen quite a few mixed reviews on them. So yeah, there's quite a few watercolor pencil face-offs. I actually am working on creating my own. So I'm working on collecting a bunch of watercolor pencils right now. But my face-off is going to be a teensy different. It's definitely going to be aimed for adult coloring because that's what we do. All right, let's get some brown in here. Yeah, I do like the Albrecht Durer. The second I used him, I was just like, oh, okay. Sorry, Arteza, bye. Like my Arteza were never seen again. But I do use them on occasion. It's just the pigment is just, oh, yeah, no words. It's just pretty. I do love ink tints, yes. Of course, ink tints are not really, they're not watercolor. Just always keep that in mind. I'm gonna need more green. Let's see if I have enough to mix back up over here. But yeah, I love ink tints. The vibrancy of those colors are just spot on. Yeah, I mean my Arteza watercolor pencils I do keep around because I do get requests to do tutorials with them. I mean, because not everyone can afford the more expensive ones, and I totally get it. So I keep them, and I don't mind using them. It's just you are gonna have to use more layers, and they're just not gonna have the same effect, but they're not awful either. They're great budget watercolor pencils, so don't get me wrong there. Yeah, I want to try the Supra colors actually. They're on my list because I want to see what those are about. Let's see. Oh, you're waiting to see what I think of the aquarelles. Oh, Ashley, yeah. I get really snarky about the ink tints. I've seen too many instances where people are like, "This is a watercolor pencil." I'm like, "It's not. It's ink. It's literally in the name." I get a little cranky over that, so just FYI. Getting all these little mushes here. My yellow. Yeah, I definitely do. I do want to try the Supra colors. I almost bought those. I was kind of in between, but then I ended up just grabbing the museums. Fun fact, the museum aquarelles Blick than Amazon. Always check Blick, those higher end pencils, because you'd be surprised. Let's see if I can get more green out of here. Get a little orange. Go back to my green. need more green though. Like a little bit on your palette goes a long way too, so don't waste them. Just get that in there. Yeah, especially for these like little areas where you want to do like a little effect, I highly suggest just using the palette. Back when I first got watercolor pencils, I refused to use the palette because I was like, no, I bought these to use as a pencil, but I've come to accept that you actually need to do this. I need more of that green as well. What's wrong? What about the book? Or is someone asking about a book? I missed that. Just trying to get these mixed before they dry too much. There we go. My wish list. Do I look blurry? It's all clear on my end, so let me know. Yeah, so just FYI guys, my wish list is literally for me. And I've just come to conclude that that wish list is never going to decrease in size because I just keep adding crap for me to buy down the road. It's ridiculous. Is it? Because it's totally clear on my side. I shouldn't have any lag because, hang on, let me look. I'm like hardwired and everything. One sec. I'm lagging, and it's probably YouTube. And my connection is fine, so it's most likely YouTube being stupid. Unfortunately. Is it like super blurry for you guys? Yeah, it has to be YouTube. Because like on my live panel, it's completely clear and my speed test is totally fine. So it's probably YouTube being stupid again. They like to just do this to us. Well, I'm probably just gonna finish this tree up here and then call it a day, especially if YouTube's starting to act up. Yeah, it's probably YouTube. YouTube doesn't like us streaming. It's not like I'm on an 8-hour stream. Yeah, Sunday and Saturdays, even Friday night streams kind of get hit with this problem. It's just because so many people are streaming and there's so much going on. But you would think they would have it kind of sorted out by now. Oh, even when you come back in, it's still blurry. Yeah, so it's probably YouTube, but the thing is on my end, it is recording clear. So like if you go to watch it on playback, it's going to be clear. It's just at the moment streaming, like the resolution is showing blurry on the stream. But yeah, during playback, it'll be clear. It's just live, not as fun to watch at the moment. But like I said, I'll finish this tree up and probably just call it a day, especially if YouTube's starting to play its games. How the blur blends the colors. Is that a good thing? Is it making it look prettier or something? Hopefully it's pretty already. I think Ryan is streaming later, so hopefully it's not too crappy for him. It's the worst. Okay, let me dry that one. Yeah, it'll be clear on a replay. It's just going to be blurry right now. That one on camera looks a little splotchy. All right, well, let's zoom out so we can see our progress. Hang on a sec. I gotta pull up my little tool. Woo! Let's just zoom out a ton. Okay. They turned brown. Oh, gross. So yeah, this is as far as we got today. It's probably blurry for you guys right now, which sucks. So just, go hit the replay and then fast forward to the end so you can see the zoom out and how it looks normal once it's not on live and being all laggy. But yeah, I think it looks pretty cute. And I'll finish the rest this week. I really don't have a ton. I just got to do these mountains and like the other house and stuff, but it's almost done. Watercolor pencils are just so quick and easy. So I think they're just too fun. But yeah, I think I'll call it a day, especially because but I'll try to the colors and the description below, but I'm not gonna lie, guys, I'm really hard at remembering that one. I always forget. I got that. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with me today on a Sunday, playing around with some watercolors, and come back next Sunday. It'll be buddy color with Emily from Emily Illustrator. We're gonna color side by side. And then I will see you guys next week. So everyone have a good rest of your Sunday. Bye now.